leave your judgments at the door. I love that we are diving into this topic with author Christy Gardner. She's going to teach us how to stop judging those who judge.
Which just sounds kind of complicated, actually. How did you discover that this is an issue?
So actually, I consider myself not to be a judgmental person, and I always held that as a badge of honor. And then one day I was sitting in a meeting and I was listening to someone talk, and I went, oh, I am just so glad that I am not a person who judges. And I went, oh no, I'm judging the judgers. I'm judging the judgers.
I'm with you. I didn't think of it that way, because I don't think I'm judgmental, but I can't stand when that person is.
Exactly. And so I thought, okay, why am I having a hard time here? And the thought that came to me is because this person is having such a hard time loving people who are different than they are. And I went, well, isn't that exactly what I'm doing? And so we need to stop judging the judgers. So how do we do that?
Yeah, how do you not be judgmental yourself and yet not judge other people for being judgmental? How do you do that?
Yeah, so I have a few tips. The first thing is to recognize that if we believe that our worth is our worth and that it cannot go up or down based on what we do or don't do, then we have to believe that the same is true for everyone around us. Worth cannot go up or down. So you have to look at everyone around you, even if you don't agree with them, as worthy to be a human being on this earth.
I feel like you're talking about social media. Worth and doesn't go up or down with how many likes you got on that picture.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. And we were talking about our teenagers. If we can't do it ourselves, how do we expect our teenagers and our kids to be able to attack social media in a way that they're not judging other people?
Have you noticed that something that came out of your mouth last week suddenly comes out of theirs?
Yes.
And it's something judgmental and you go, whoops.
Yes, we have to be so aware. And I think one really easy way to do that is to, when you talk to somebody, recognize things you have in common instead of your differences. It's easy to see the differences, but if we pay attention, we can see that there are things between us, no matter who we are, that are exactly the same.
When you're judging someone, does it affect you more than the other person? I mean, who does it affect, really?
It definitely says more about us, I think, than the other person.
Why do women in particular do this? I mean, men aren't immune, but women, we like to get in there.
Yeah, and I think it's because we don't believe that our worth is just set. And we think that if we are better and someone else is below us, then somehow we're more worthy to be a human being. And it's just not true. It's just not true. No matter what we ever do, our worth is set. And when we believe that, we can show up for other people, even if we disagree.
What I think is interesting is you're not just talking about comments that we offhandedly make or something we type on social media. You're talking about thoughts.
Yes. Thoughts and the fundamental way we see other people. We are in a community and in a country and in a world that has so many divisions, and we're putting ourselves in these silos. We think differently politically, we think differently socially, and so we think that that means that we have to be separate and apart. But we are only going to fix our world when we take down those silos and when we see each other as the same. And that doesn't mean we have to agree. We will disagree, and disagreeing is important. It's an important part of the world, but when we see each other as worthy to be here, we can come together.
This sounds like it's not something that you can just do a couple of times and change. Like, it sounds like it's something that is more than that. It's a whole entire mindset, and it's complex.
Right.
Really.
It's a way of being, not a way of acting. So when you see yourself as someone who can love others, you'll start showing up that way.
And that's when that word empathy that you talk about in your books comes out. We need to have empathy for others. So disagreeing, different than judging.
Right. Disagreeing is fine, but you can still have empathy for someone and their life experience and where they've been, and that everyone has a story that has brought them to this moment, and that story is just as valid as your story and your experience.
Christy, you just released a brand new book. Tell everybody what it is and what you hope the #1 takeaway is when they read that.
Thank you. Yes, the book is called Holy as You Are, and sometimes we think that holiness or thinking of ourselves like that is something we can't do. But if you really realize that holiness means set apart for something higher than yourself, you'll recognize that you are holy right now, and that everyone else around you, even those you may be judging, are holy as well.
You can find that on Amazon, everybody. Also on her website, it is ChristyGardner.com. Go to our website and we'll link you to the information. What a great Mother's Day gift idea,
Yes.
too. Thank you, Christy.
Thanks for
being here.
having me.
Okay, we are going to judge Reagan's recipe coming up next.
I won't judge.
I know.
I'm excited.
I'm so
because
excited.
it's going to be so amazing, and I'm so excited.